Okay, chemotherapy day 2. What's happened? My appointment was at 10 o'clock this morning. It was only going to be a short appointment, unlike yesterday. Had a little bit of trouble even leaving the house. Well, not leaving the house. The bus stop is only about 150 metres from my house. Left the house and I started walking. I got about 20 metres and I suddenly became absolutely shattered. And I'm talking really, really tired and I had to slow down. It took me ages to get to the bus stop. And when I did get there, all I could do was collapse on the ground. There's no seats at my local bus stop, so the only place I could sit was on the pavement, which I'm getting used to sitting on the floor a lot. I've been doing that a lot lately, and I'm no longer embarrassed about it, and I don't care what people think when they walk past. But that's one of the things. Bus journey was okay, except what's basically happening on the bus is that this shoulder here is still in a lot of pain. So much so that if I do anything like try and hold a telephone up to my ear, or generally move my arm about, or try and grab hold of a handle on a bus, or ding the bell, or anything that involves using effort with this arm, actually hurts quite a bit. I still have a little bit of pain in my groin as well, which makes walking painful. But the main thing is the overwhelming tiredness. Got on the bus vibrated and jiggled about a bit as buses do, and I wrenched my arm a couple of times, and that was quite painful. The short walk from the bus stop to the hospital again was a mission. Maybe 350 metres. Took me the best part of 20 minutes. I just had to keep stopping and slowing down. The tiredness is unbelievable. So went in for my second set of chemo. She gave me some pre-med. She gave me some steroids, more steroids. I mean, if I take any more steroids per day, I'm going to end up growing tits like Dolly Parton. Well, or no, those are anabolic steroids. I'm on a different type of steroids. Whatever. Anyway, I'm for someone that hardly takes any tablets a few years ago, the amount of steroids I'm taking is absolutely massive. Steroids, anti-nausea tablet, and then we had the second session of chemo, which was bendamustine. She said it would take about an hour and 40 minutes. Little issue with putting the needle in my vein. Not that they couldn't find a vein. They said I have good veins, but it's just it does hurt. Putting that needle in does hurt, and I'm getting jabbed about 6-7 times a week now between taking bloods and having infusions. So they said that they could offer me a more permanent solution. We did talk about a PICC line, which is a very thin line, very thin catheter that goes in my arm up along the vein there to very close to my heart, and leaves an opening on the outside, which means that the next time they have to do an infusion or take bloods, they can just pop in this little cap and then do it like that. She did mention briefly something about they might change their mind and use a Hickman line, which goes in your chest here, but they didn't say for definite what's happening. I've got to go back. They're going to contact me, and it's all going to happen within a week, although I must admit the fact that I will be having those lines does make a difference. No side effects that I've been warned about. I can't feel any different in myself. I don't feel any different in myself at all. I still feel like me, which is good. It doesn't feel like there's anything happening inside me, which I guess is another good thing. Except the tiredness. The tiredness since yesterday is absolutely overwhelming. The journey on the way home was incredible, and didn't help much with the bus driver being in a bit of a rush because he was behind time. So the bus was jerking all over the place, and it was smacking my arm, and every time he put his brakes on I went forward, and more pain. And it was just, there's several times I just nearly got off the bus, but I just nearly needed to get home and just fall asleep. Also very hungry today, which is good because I haven't had a good appetite just lately, but I was really hungry today, so we stopped off in the high street and we had an all-day breakfast in a local cafe, which I nearly fell asleep in. It was a real struggle to keep my eyes open. Then we left the cafe, and again another mission to get to the bus stop, and I was only sitting about 5 metres away from the bus stop, and when the bus came I thought, oh, have I really got to walk that far? 5 metres on a normal day, I could do it with nothing, but do it easily, but today it took so much effort. Got on the bus, got home, went straight to bed, spark out for an hour and a half, got up and felt quite normal. Come downstairs and decided that I'd tidy up my room a bit, because my room's a bit of a mess because I haven't had the energy just lately. Started to move just some light cardboard boxes out into the garden for burning, Amazon packaging and things like that. And just walking from my room, which is in the back, to the garden, just absolutely wore me out again, and I was dripping with sweat. These sweats are coming faster and faster and faster now, so much so that I'm getting through at least one change of clothing a day, maybe two sometimes, and it's just unbelievable. So I came back in, had a little bit of a rest, felt all right again, started to do something else, and again it hit me with the tiredness. I just had to stop. So I just had a cup of coffee and just slobbed for half an hour. My new camera arrived. I'm using the camera now. This is the camera that I purchased to make the high definition videos with. So I decided to unbox that and have a play about with it, and also have a play about with my green screen background, because my room's not very tidy. Like I said, I don't have a lot of time to do it, and just doing that. And I'm pretty good with video editing software, so just playing about with the software and the camera. Even though I'm sitting here now, relaxed and just doing this, it's still very, very tiring, and I can feel myself now as I'm talking, actually tiring, and I think a sweat's about to start. So I'm going to end this at this point, but just to tell you that so far is the only side effect that I'm seeing. This overwhelming tiredness that I had already, which I didn't think could get any worse, is now getting far worse. And yeah, I'm feeling flushed. I've got to stop now, because one thing I've got to do is I've got to take my temperature. When I feel a sweat coming on, I've got to take my temperature, because I'm in danger of infection and they need me to monitor my temperature. So that's it for now. I'll give you another update when I can.